it's a money-driven thing. Like, yes, everyone has a great time. We love it. We enjoy it. But it's a money-driven thing. Like, if we get down to the roots of it, if no one's making money, the show's not going to go on.
I don't see why we can't get away from, for 2 or 3 hours, hey, we're going to do straight-up kid thing. Everybody in the park, nothing else going on in the park. Get away from the alcohol thing about it. Just focus on doing something for the kids. It's supposed to be a community family event.
There's a thing I heard about. It's like when you set a goal, don't think about what it's going to take to get there. Yep. Think about how much effort you're going to have to put into it to be able to achieve it.
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Totem Podcast. I'm your host, Monico Carrillo. We're here on the podcast where an act of rebellion is to question. And of course, we got here
Eric here on the other side of this. Super excited for this one. We got a very special guest today. Back again for the second time, Mr. Juan Ayala.
It's been a minute, huh?
Yeah. If it's round 2, it's good. So
what, since, how long has it been? A year? No.
It's been less than a year.
Like 7 or 8 months.
Is
it around there?
Feels a while.
Feels like it's been a while. We've all been busy.
Yeah.
It's just time flies by.
Crazy, man.
Running. Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the busier you are, I think it's better.
Better than the alternative, man. That's for sure.
Yeah. You're not too busy. You're always usually getting into trouble and shit. But so how you been? How's VLS? What new stuff you got going on? So you
busy, dude. Busy.
Rocking the gear. You got gear going on.
Got some shirts. Yeah, got some shirts this weekend, and just been busy, man. Busy. Just got off the holiday, the 4th of July, and then before that you had Memorial, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Then the big weekend downtown and rolling into I don't even know what we got next. What's the next holiday? I don't even think
Labor Day.
We'll find one.
Something. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a minute for another holiday, but it's just staying busy.
We'll find one. How hard is it for like you guys at the liquor store to get prepared for like a holiday? Because you have to be if you wait till the day before to get all the stuff, you're too late.
So the way we do it is during the week of the holiday. I don't like the vendors in there, our salespeople, because it's just a pain. And then for all of them, so this last week, 4th of July fell on Tuesday, so everybody either moves up a day or moves back a day. So to have them all there, it's just a pain. And then with people, so what we do is we get everything the week before. So I'll get loaded up for 2 weeks ahead of time.
Okay.
So it's like planning ahead and just being ready to.
Yeah. So I didn't have nobody in the store. I won't have nobody in the store until Monday. So we got to make sure you have. We ran out of stuff. We ran out of a bunch of stuff, but a bunch of beer and things like that. But it goes with sometimes it's just too hard to guess. It's too hard to guess what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. What was the biggest thing that was selling during 4th of July? Is it beer?
Oh yeah, just the beer. Beer. Summertime is just beer. Sell wines and liquor still, but mostly beer.
Mostly the beer stuff going.
Yeah.
What made you finally just decide to get some VLS merch and some shirts and stuff? Because I know you've had Casper for a little bit, but then you finally got some shirts and.
Well, since the first time I was with you guys when we started talking and just seeing what you guys do with your marketing stuff, your guys' shirts, your hats, your put your name out there, and just give it a try. And I came up with something and came up with the logo, and it was kind of a pain because it was hard to get it on the beanies when we did that, since that was stitched. But the shirts came out pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
That's one thing we always talk about is just wear your brand. Why you're gonna wear somebody else's brand, support somebody else's brand when you're not even doing your own.
Yeah, exactly. And I got some for my kids. We were walking around last night and the night before with the shirts, so everybody was looking and liked them and said good things. So
free marketing and walking around.
There you go. Yeah,
free marketing always. The big shout out there to Joshua Young's wear your brand, wear it everywhere, have it everywhere.
Yep.
But how important do you think it is to have you say your kid has the gear and stuff, to get your kind of kid involved, that he's pumped to put it on also?
He's at that age. What dad? If he wears something that dad has, it's cool. I've always been trying against that because I don't want to promote alcohol with the kids. So that's always been a reason why I never done it in the past. I would wear something or we'd buy some stuff, but I'd try not to put it on my son. But he was out there hustling it this weekend, so I threw a shirt on him.
He was slaying. What were you saying? He won the. Did you make enough money to go to Bobstock?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because he was handing out waters. He was running up and down the block there. So it was cool. He gets him to learn something. So.
Yeah. So how's the Bobstock? Because we were out there slaying water. I wasn't there yesterday, but
You were there Friday?
Friday,
Yeah,
Friday.
I was there Friday. I wasn't there Saturday.
Heck of a turnout, man. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing that there's, I mean, I don't know exactly how they ever can keep count, unless they do. Even if they do aerials and do it by square footage, I mean, it's hard to tell how many people came out, but there was a ton of people. It was packed. Definitely was packed. I've seen the walking area down Main Street there was a ton of people. The seating area in the grass, there was a lot of people. So it was hopping.
Yeah, because I went through it. I mean, I don't know much people like here, but it's like most of the people that I was seeing around. There was a lot of people from here, but there's a lot of people I had no clue who they were.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I seen a lot of plates where we were sitting at, where we were giving out water. There was a few plates from not around here, from out of town, from other states. So
yeah, no, that's good.
So it attracts a lot of people. How can I put it? It's a good event. I'll put it that way. It's a good event for there are a lot of people to bring to town. So put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know how deep you want to get into it or whatever, but I heard there was like a lot of vendors, but like food trucks and stuff, but they weren't like really from around here. The ones from around here were kind of just around the surrounding areas, not so much like.
Yeah, and I don't know how they did that, because in the past it was all local vendors. So I mean, I don't know how they go by picking and choosing, or if those people just come up and ask, or I don't know. I guess I don't know, because I didn't see too many. There was some local guys there, but not too many. I didn't see too many this year. I just remember when they started in the park, Riverside Park. Dude, there was like two little stages at the park in that grass area back where they have the a little hockey ring or whatever that skate ring.
Oh yeah, skate ring.
That's where they.
How long ago was that?
I think this is the 16th one.
16th.
I think that's what they said last night.
When was it when they moved it to the park?
Man,
How
I
long
don't
is
even
that?
know. I don't know. It's been a minute, but it's gotten huge, man. It's gotten big. I mean, now they got, what was it, 5 stages? The
5 stages.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they got 5. So there's one at the Tap, one at the Queens, one by Cables, and then 2 in the park. So it'd be 5. Yeah.
Damn.
So
Yeah, no, it's good that expanding, but just like my personal view, like obviously like we're all in business, so we kind of know how it works. It's usually, and it's all right to it, but it's like I think it's the biggest donor gets the biggest fucking stage. Like, like straight up, like, and that's why I think if there's other food trucks or other vendors or other people come from out, like it's because it's a money driven thing. Like yes, everyone has a great time, we love it, we enjoy it. But it's a money-driven thing. Like if we get down to the roots of it, if no one's making money, the show's not going to go on.
It's definitely that, and that's in any event. I mean, any event, from a small one to a big one. But I think a lot of people, especially when we do it here in town, you forget where you started and where you come from, to have an event that big or half the size of that. I mean, for another, we're not. This isn't the Greeley Stampede. It's not the Rockies.
It ain't that big.
It's not, and we're trying to. I don't know. I just feel we're trying to get to that level. And man, I mean, you're far from that. We're far from that, because we don't even have that many people in this town for that. And I don't know if you could attract that many people. You'd have to have, I mean, big stage names. I mean, big time names, if you want to do something like that.
Probably also have to have some rides and stuff.
What's
Like
that?
some rides for the kids to be able to enjoy and stuff.
Yeah.
Because then I don't know how many kids would go and actually just sit there for a concert. They want to be on the rides having fun.
Yeah, and I think that. And I talked to a couple guys last night when we were downtown, and like Friday night. I mean, I know who LA Guns is.
We were talking about earlier, like LA Guns was like, cool, bro.
I grew up with.
Who the fuck's that? Like, I'm sorry, LA Guns. I don't know who you are. Like,
I listened to them because my brother grew up in that era. So when my brother was at home, he was playing that type of music. There's that long hair '80s band type stuff. Motley Crue. They used to open for Guns N' Roses. Is where they used to do. But my kid is like, he don't know. I mean, he's like, I can't dance to this.
So what is this?
Yeah, exactly. So, and then last night 38 Special. I know they had some problems with the rain and stuff, but I know them. I grew up with them again because that's my brothers and sisters listen to that. So I knew it. They got a couple songs that I'm sure kids will recognize even today. And the one thing I talked to a couple guys about, and I don't know, maybe I'm just giving up this idea but I'm gonna throw it out there for these guys, is that this is a family community event why don't you have one stage that does 3 hours of just either whether it's a DJ or some kid pop or something.
Like
where you can get out there with your kids, mom and dad get out there. In 3 hours is just kid music.
Or or maybe like.
Because you could do that during the day.
The kid music, but maybe even like during in between group too. Like
I think they should do it on a Friday night. Like maybe it starts at 5. Maybe do it till 8 o'clock. Because by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on a Friday night, when either the parents are taking the kids to the sitter because they're going to party, or they don't have the kids, or something's going on, but kids are usually home by 8 or 9, the younger age. I'm saying like maybe 8, 9 and younger, maybe 10 or younger. They could use the whole park area. I don't see why we can't. They can't get away from for 2 or 3 hours. Hey, we're going to do straight up kid thing. Everybody in the park, nothing else going on in the park. Get away from the alcohol thing about it. Just focus on doing something for the kids. It's supposed to be a community family event. I don't know. It's just an idea. Maybe they'll use it. They'll hear it here and use it. But
well, that's a good idea because it feels like all the music and stuff's been more related more to like the older crowd and stuff. And if they want to actually expand it like Greedy Stampede or whatever and get to that level, they need to like appeal to the younger crowd.
Actually, they're claiming family event. Well,
they're claiming community too.
My family is me and my kids. So
yeah.
My kid, he couldn't go out there and dance and have fun. And then he's just kind of bored because the music. He wants to listen to music, but never heard it before. You don't like it.
Yeah. So here's the people that run Bobstock. Here's the pitch. I know marketing. We do marketing. We're professionals in marketing. It's like, first question is like, do you know who your audience is? Like, I'm sorry, no, because your audience should be everybody. You're going for the older crowd, not the young crowd. You should be kind of a little bit of everything if that's who you're going for. Maybe that's not who you're going for. But if that is, I'm sorry, you're not doing it right. Like, you're not doing it right.
I just think because there's so many kids in the park. I think that's the coolest thing I think they got going is because you got all the kids in town, all the kids in the park. I mean, it's attracting them there, so you get them off the streets. On a Friday and Saturday night, they're somewhere. They're not out causing trouble. So they got the grab is there, the catch is there. It's just, are you gonna bank on it?
Are you gonna keep them hooked on long enough for they can like? Because
like I said, they don't even have to be a big name. Just a DJ.
Yeah, just
you got a DJ. You got a DJ that interacts with the kids, and I'll tell you, the biggest show, and I think that they're still trying to chase that show is that Vanilla Ice show.
I was already gonna tell you, I was getting my plates the other day at the DMV place, and then
saw Vanilla Ice.
I saw him. I got his autograph. No, but I was there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're having Bobstock and stuff." Like, "Oh yeah, we've even had a Vanilla Ice." Like that's the only one they can name. Like that's all they name. So like,
how long ago was that?
That was before COVID, way before COVID.
So it's like, if people are still talking about that was many years ago, why not try to go back and get something like that? That's where you go back to the marketing. Like you need to hire a marketing consultant like here at Inceptions Media, where we can take care of you, help you know who your market is if that's your intention, which it is because it's money driven. Everything, definitely it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, they get donors for the stages and the acts, but it's all about the dollar. But and how much it costs, because it does cost, an event like that's huge, dude. I mean, it costs, I'm only guessing that it's costing somewhere up in the 3 figures, 200 maybe, 175,000, I don't know, I'm just guessing.
Three? No, dude, that shit's 6 figures.
No.
Easy, dude.
No, say $200,000.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my bad, I said 3, but it's costing, because the stages cost you the equipment, the music, the sound.
The people to put everything up.
I mean, it is. I give them props for it because to organize that shit, you need people, man. You need people. But the thing is, when they had
you need the right people.
When they brought in Vanilla Ice, he was probably the most, I would say in this area, most controversial. Probably,
yeah.
Because he's not a big he's not a rapper per se. He's not no gangster, but everyone's like, this guy had a couple hits. I think he got portrayed as a thug or something back in the day. I remember when that song came out, Ice Ice Baby, I was living in Texas. They banned it for a while because they said it was a drug, because it was ice. There was a lyric in there or a line in there. If lime was a drug, it's out by the gram, which led to ice. So they took it off the radio for a while, and then it became just crazy hit for so long because the song come from the 80s. The beat came back in the 80s, and then so when he came here. I was like, man, I don't know if I was kind of like, how's this gonna play over? We were up close to the stage. I ended up getting to go backstage with him and take pictures. Me and my son. But dude, when he took all the kids on stage, he just said, let him up, let everybody up, and all the kids just ran up, and he was dancing and singing and jumping with the kids. I was like, dude, you sold me. I'd buy a ticket anytime.
Yeah,
just for that.
That's what it's about, dude.
Just for that.
It was weird because like that when he came, like that was my first time going to Bobstock, and I didn't even have any idea he was gonna be there.
Yeah.
I just go up there and then kind of hear the little song going, and I just turn towards the stage. And I'm like, oh shit. There's still an aerial view, I think, on their website. I know it's still on Facebook somewhere, but dude, the people where we were at San Miguel's.
Yeah.
So the street where those vendors were at, the people were flipped all the way out to back there, dude. There was people on those streets back that far.
Yeah,
at that concert.
And that's what I was gonna tell you. I don't think there's ever been like probably that much people there.
At that time too, there's been stupid numbers thrown out between 10 and 15,000 people, but they could measure it by square, how many people by square foot or whatever. Dude, there was a lot of people. It was fucking packed. I never seen that many people in town. It was crazy, and I think they're chasing that one, dude. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they need to start running a little faster if they want to catch it.
But I definitely think they need to either bring him back. I think if they bring him back, they double what they did that year, and put the Kid Act on, man. I mean, they had I don't know if you've seen. They had I think the tap stage had an open mic, and then there was something else going on at the park one, at the park stage.
Like open mic, like in.
Where the tap had their stage, it was like open, just people off the street singing, just locals. There was locals singing.
Okay.
But they had some kids playing guitar. There was a kid playing a guitar at the park at the library. The kid was hooked good, man. There's some clips on Facebook. The kid was good. So I don't see why don't you do those acts on a Friday night later in the evening? Yeah. You're packing the park. Everybody at the park's gonna know who's on stage. Why not do it? Why not do that type of act right before the main act? Just my personal opinion.
You can even promote some more local stuff too.
Well, because at 11 o'clock when that kid was playing up, or it was 12 o'clock, he was playing on stage. He was playing the guitar. Dude, for one, it was hot and shit. So not too many people were out. I mean, granted, it was a little cloudy yesterday. It was kind of cooler, but at noon, no one was at the park. So no one knew that kid was playing. And that kid was good. I mean,
it's hard to stay there all day and just watch all the acts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they don't do those local things, the open mic and the kids do it at nighttime when the whole park's full, so they can see that stuff. I mean, like I said, maybe they'll take some ideas from this, and I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot for talking about it. Because I said, man, I could have done it. I could have given them the idea, but I think there's a lot of things, and they did this. They did this new Anywhere cam. I don't know if you guys seen that. They did, which was cool. That was cool because it was kind of like the media thing that we've been talking about. Doing a live. Not necessarily a live, but like a media tent or a media like man on the street type thing. And they did it. They did that. I think to take some of the congestion out of who everybody's on the street, why don't you televise that stuff inside the bars? You get some of the people off the street, you get some people drinking at the bar, and they can watch. The ones that don't want to be on the park, they can be watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know,
that's true.
I think if they could do, there's a lot of things they could do that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of great ideas.
I mean, technology is easy now. I mean, I'm sure someone come up with a quick way to do that. Because I know Morgan has one of their own channels. Did back in the day, so I'm sure they still do. So you can just televise it on that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it goes back to the whole. I think it still comes back around, loops to the whole money thing. It's like, yes, they can do it, but then they have to spend money. Like, I don't know. Man. The profits are gonna be a little less if we do that shit. So
I think
they're making quite a bit already.
I've seen, that's another thing. You never know what that is because it costs a lot to do a lot. And I seen what I thought was cool too is they got really organized. There was a lot more people involved in their parts, so a lot of people were organized. So I give them props for that because to deal with the public and the people that way, all those kids and all those people, and then at night when everybody's drinking and had a few in you, I mean, I give them props. They organized it pretty good this year. Yeah. It was legit on that part of it.
The biggest thing that I hear people what they're talking about is like the accessibility, I guess, to be able to drink alcohol because you only can be in fenced in areas and you only can drink there. And it goes back like if they want to expand the stuff like we're talking about, like the Stampede stuff, like they need anybody you can just drink walking around there because it's all fenced in. So like, why wouldn't they just?
And they also got plenty of people walking around too, just making sure everything's going good.
Yeah, and I think they that's the biggest thing is control when you start drinking, when you got alcohol. And that's a big reason too. I mean, I gave water away because I can't give beer away. I can't. My license won't let me extend out past my door, my area there. So when they do big events like that, I can't do alcohol related stuff. Yeah. But I do a lot of giveaways. We give a lot of stuff away the last couple of years. I kind of held back on this one this year just for I wanted to see what was going on. Like I kind of stand back and see some more. But then again, I've been doing a lot of other stuff throughout the year too. So kind of what I try to do is I save the stuff that I get given to me. I save it throughout the year and then either at one time let it go or kind of spread it out. So, but we've had a lot of things going on this year. So I've had too much stuff on hand like I normally do to give away. So
So were you just like handing out water just to kind of like say what's up to people and kind of get your name out there?
Yeah, that too. And I think it's water, man. It's a bottle of water. I think that's one thing that yes, again, there's another thing. It does cost money. But it doesn't cost. Water doesn't cost that much money. And when you got people out there, it's 80, 90. In the past, there's been days that there's 100 degrees. You got all the kids out there running around, and at least make sure that all those kids are it's not going to cost you that much. At least hand out a few bottles of water. It's almost pennies on the dollar. To be honest with you, I mean, what it would cost when you go buy the pallet. So. And
if you want to if you want people to stick around,
keep them hydrated, man. Keep them hydrated. Mm-hmm. I don't see why they don't have another little thing they could do, some type of water thing for the kids there. I mean, little water park area or something, dude. I mean, the claim family event, kid event. I mean, they just go towards that some more.
Yeah, I like the idea of bringing a carnival or something. Bring some rides, bring some games or something.
It's amazing.
I don't know where you would put it because it would take up a lot of space.
Yeah,
just block another street like they do all other streets. I mean, all the businesses there that they don't go in there and ask them like, hey, are you okay with us? They just fucking do it.
So they got a huge empty parking lot over at the Elks. Utilize that. It's the other thing. I took my kid out. You can only jump in so many jumpy houses. They need to do something different there, bro. But it's cool. I mean, my kid likes it. That's what he wants to do. So it is what it is.
But cool. No, it's good stuff. It's a good event. So not bashing on it, just giving our input on it. We're not professionals in it. We're not professionals in it, but we do know some marketing stuff. So what?
I mean, we've all worked at the events or with events. I mean, I've DJ'd for 17 years, so. I did some small events, a lot of private events, a lot of bar events. I mean,
that was the biggest thing you were able to read the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing because the crowd's gonna tell you right away what they want and don't want.
Yeah, if when you're DJing, if you can't get them on the dance floor by the second song, you might as well pack it up and go home because the rest of the night's gonna be a hell of a night, bro. They're gonna be eating your ass all night, bro. They're gonna be kicking your ass all night up and down the dance floor.
That's funny. I shot a wedding. Was that on Friday? And yet the DJ was kind of struggling to get people on the dance floor. And then we were talking with the bride, and she's like, yeah, this is the playlist for, like, the older crowd. Yeah. Where I'm just sitting here waiting until my music comes on.
Yeah, see, when I was DJing, you always have, if it starts at 6 or 7, by 9 o'clock, everyone's all the old people going home, watch the late show. So they're going home. Then at 9 o'clock to 10, 11, that's when the bride and groom's parents are there. They're gone by 11. Grandpa, grandma's already gone at 8. So then at 11 o'clock to 2, you got to get down with it.
You let loose.
Yeah, you got to get down with it. That's when you just turn the volume up and you start pumping it. But if you can't read the crowd, dude, you're going to lose your ass. They're going to eat you up, dude. They're going to help you pack it up, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, transition a little bit now to the VLS. Like, what all projects are you in? Because you're doing stuff with, like, the food trucks and all this, too. So what you got going on?
So the food truck thing, the Friday night food trucks, we've done it once. Well, we'll do it again this Friday on the 14th. And then we got some other dates. Tomorrow we'll know a little bit more because we're going to meet up. So that whole thing, I mean, that's Freddie. We got Freddie that does hot dogs. I mean, that's him and Julie, the one that runs the block over there. She runs the block. That's where After Hours is at. So Freddie and Julie, the whole concept idea, that was theirs. Freddie asked me, he said, hey, man, you want to be a part of it? Would you help me with the social media part of it, the advertising part? I said, yeah, I'm down for that. So it's kind of separate, but, with that, I get to throw my logo on it. I get to throw my name on it. So the more times people see my name and my logo, and it helped out, man. I seen a couple things last night. What was weird is that, so I had about 4 people approach me, and I didn't know these people. I mean, I recognized one of them. Another one I didn't. The other 2 I'd never seen them before. But a lady asked me, and I don't know where it came from, but she asked me why I was giving stuff away. Kind of like in an attitude way. I was like, because I want to. I kind of got lippy. Like, well, what's your business? You know, why do you care?
Why you got a problem with it?
Yeah. So that would a couple other people, you know.
What'd she say?
That was it.
That's all she said.
Yeah, just she got like, because I mean, when come at me with that kind of attitude, I mean, I'm gonna come back pretty hard. I mean, I don't hold back. So.
You gotta get them haters, dude. If you ain't got some people talking shit, you're doing nothing, dude.
Yeah. So that was that, and then you know, the other 2 people just kind of thanked me out of the blue, which is kind of cool. I mean, that was nice. I mean, that was nice of them. You know that you got. You know, people are respecting you, kind of because you got to earn that, you know, especially in this town. And then another guy that came up to me, he said, he stopped me and he asked me, he's like, "Are you Juan?" I said, "Yeah." He's all, "I see you always on Facebook and always doing a lot of things for the town." He's all, "Thanks for doing that stuff." That was kind of cool. I mean, it kind of, it caught me off guard for sure. So those type of things are cool. So when Freddie asked me to do that stuff, it just falls in the same thing. You know, I get my name out there. People might come and shop with me. People might not ever come shop, but they're following me. They're looking at my social media. That's what helps that. Cause
no, they're watching. Even if they don't say they're watching or they don't hit the like button, they're watching. Like that guy, like props to him, dude. He came up. He's like, "Hey, that's good shit that you're doing." You know, there's a lot more people that are thinking that. It's just that a lot of them don't want to come up to you and say it because they're like, "I'm gonna look like a little bitch," you know, going up. Like if we're honest, dude, that's what they're.
I'm gonna look weird going up to this fucking random person and just giving him props.
And he was just walking by with his kid when we were talking to Jordan when we were going up to you.
Okay.
So yeah, when it was right there when we crossed the street, but kind of caught me off guard. But I was like, "That's cool. That's cool." Yeah. That was, I mean, nice of him. Was I give him props for that coming up just like you said, just out of nowhere, and helps. It motivates me to do more. So.
Yeah, like that you see like it's hitting a little bit and getting some traction on that. Yeah. But what's like kind of like the end goal for the Food Truck Fridays that they got?
So for the first one that Freddie set up, we got canceled. Well, he canceled it because of the rain. The reason for that, because I was like, "Dude, just do it. Let's do it." I was all pushing for it because we'd already done the legwork. We did all this prepping to get ready. And that was on me. I was wrong. He was right because he told me afterwards. He told me, "He's like, dude, you got to think about it. He's like, there's 6 of us that are gonna have all this food, and we get rained out. He's like, we're gonna throw it in the trash. You know, there goes your profit probably for the next 2 events that you do because you got to make up the food that you threw in the trash. You know, and then so I understood that one. So then we went 2 weeks and. Came up with, and had to finally, and almost canceled that one, dude, because it rained till 3 o'clock that day.
The whole day, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, it was downpouring. I kept texting Freddie, and I said, "Are you sure, man? Are you sure you're gonna do this? Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's supposed to be cleared up," and it cleared up in nicer than hell that afternoon. And he was the first one to sell out there. The event was supposed to be from 5 to 10. He sold out by, I don't know, what was the time we get there? Like,
it was like 6:37.
So he probably sold out about 7:30 or 8, somewhere in there.
He sold out like at 7.
Yeah, so. And then it was kind of nice because, I mean, everybody got to sell out then. So the event was over before the 10 o'clock that they had planned because there was that many people. So it was, I mean, I give him props for that. I mean, Freddie planned it out pretty good. I mean, they did it all right.
Yeah.
I think they were they weren't expecting as much people to go to because it was like the first event.
Yeah, definitely the first event.
That might have been like a reason why they sold out too. It was just they were expecting a little bit of people, but then a whole bunch more just showed up.
Yeah, so they did good. I mean, I didn't think they're gonna. I didn't expect that many people. I mean, he didn't at all. I mean, the video, the clip that we did, he even tell you on there. I mean, he was not expected at all. So, and it kind of was nice because it went off. The time he did that one, it just followed right into 4th of July. So, and then now into Bobstock. So it helped the vendors there. It helped all of them that week. Had to have a good night that Friday on the first time having the truck thing, going into the rodeo because a lot of them were at the rodeo, and then. We were right after that to Bobstock, so it helped those guys out quite a bit.
No, that's good for them, dude. On that,
I like it though, because I don't know how what they're planning to do, like to do with that stuff is, but like once a month type of thing to just get people out and about like more money flowing in the economy here in
I think that's what he's wanting to do is, and that's something get Freddie on here in the next week or two. It'd be good for you guys to get him. I think that's what his idea is maybe once a month, maybe throughout the summer. I don't know how far into the colder months because it's kind of hard to do it then, but I think that's his plan, and that's and all goes to if the block also has the time to do that too, because they book events too and got stuff going on over there, and it helps out because it works with after hours because everybody's at the bar there. Mm-hmm. So this Friday that's coming up, after hours is having a band, so the food truck thing will start I think at 5, and then everyone kind of stay over to the band that night, and then you got the Hatchet House right across the parking lot. So
it'd almost be good to do something similar that we're talking about with Bobstock, like fencing it in or whatever, and being able to like grab a drink from after hours, go walk around to the other food trucks.
And I think that'll be the future. I don't want to say because it's hard to do that right away. I mean, with the licensing and liquor licensing, they have us held tight. Right? They'll say oh yeah, we're gonna let you, and then they don't. And then you got to apply for this and apply for that. You got to get city permission, county permission, and the state permission. So it's a pain in the ass, dude. And again, it also costs money to get those permits to extend out. So
yeah. So one of the biggest things, I mean, just like we're talking about it, is like seating tables. I think that'd be.
Yeah, I think that'd
be prime.
That's one that was one of those the missed thing. It sounds dumb, but I don't think it was with the cancellation of the first one, and then when they did this, it just was not thought of right away. They were going to bring tables and chairs, and then it just I think kind of got missed. And like tomorrow, we're gonna meet up, and hopefully that's something that we talk about when we get handled tomorrow on Tuesday.
There's something on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But a lot of people went inside. It was kind of nice because a lot of people went inside to after hours, so it helped them out because they sat down in that little banquet area they got to the side. So then they also bought drinks. So.
Yeah. Kind of everybody kind of gets or benefits from it.
Yeah. So when it comes to that part, man, I'm just along for the ride with those guys. I mean, that was their idea, but I get to jump in there and do some advertising and helps the store and helps my social media with the store. So I got a huge reach after that event, and then after the Bobstock event this weekend. So it helps, man. It helps just putting some things out during those busy times that everyone's on social media. It jumped up. I mean, 4,000 or 5,000 people reached. So
yeah.
So it works. It works.
So now let me ask you. So what's your goal with like the social media stuff? Because people see that you post a lot and they're just like, dude, why are you posting so much? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what is it? Like, what's your motive behind it that you
so
do?
My plan on how I do it is, so everyone's seen, I mean, you guys seen it. I mean, I slammed it this last week. You're probably gonna see me again slam it for Friday. Then I kind of back off and let it, because a lot of people, I mean, you don't like to see the same shit over and over again. So I try to mix it up. I try to keep it, but I don't do it consistently every day. I'll hit it this week again hard, but then I'll let off for probably a week or two, which it kind of breaks. It cuts your reach back, because when you're not consistent, it starts cutting back. But I see that it jumps more every time you do it. You do it that way. Like if I let it die for a week or two and I don't put nothing on, or I just put 1 or 2 things here, when I slam it, then it jumps real high. The numbers jump real high on it, so more people are looking at it. Not necessarily looking at it, but it's on their feeds. So, and that's how I've seen it work. I don't know exactly how all that, so the algorithms and all that work, but you can kind of judge it.
Yeah, no, it's just fucking with the algorithms on there. But yeah, no, I'm just curious, like, from people's take, like, what's like the end goal, what you're doing with that, and then what's the goal like for VLS, like. What goals do you have from here to the end of the year?
So from here to the end of the year is hopefully get this week or next week I get our remodeling done. That's what I was working on this morning is getting all the wiring stuff done for the lights. So our lighting's gonna be done, our ceiling's gonna be done, which all new LED lighting, so the store will be lit up a lot more. I'll be able to, obviously when the customer comes in, showcase our inventory a little bit better. To do some things like that. I want to do some other things inside the store media wise. Where I can maybe have the drinks that I do, or mixed drinks, playing on the screen. I want to do a couple screens in there, and then do some media stuff hopefully on the outside. That's all in the plan, but again, when you tear into some old stuff, it's always never.
Takes a lot longer than you expected it
Yeah,
to.
yeah. So like right now we got temporary lights, it's just driving me nuts. But I had to take out the old stuff, make sure I'm not gonna have no problems. Get some guys in there to do the electrical stuff, and it just takes time. I mean, getting people to do it, so a lot longer than we expected. So then hopefully that will lead into our busy time, which is the holidays, and hopefully I'll be able to tie that in with my social media. So because the biggest thing was the drink thing. I mean, you've seen when I was doing drinks, it was hitting pretty hard, but man, it takes a lot of work to do all that, to videotape them, to make the reels, you guys know, if you do a clip, to cut it and edit it and all that stuff. And I think the drink thing, I'll go back to it, but I think I'm going to do that just in the winter months. Because I think people are they're into the summer drinks, but more beer during the summertime. I think the wintertime when you're sitting at home or you got family events, some nice fancy drinks, then I think I'll hit that when we come to that time. So that's hopefully it all at the end of the year ties in together that way. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And when's the next whiskey tasting? Whiskey tequila, or are you gonna do wine now? Do one of each?
Well, the wine ones we'll do in the colder months. We had some stuff set up at after hours, but dude, we got slammed. I got busy, they got busy, and it's hard to have too many events at one time because I think people get burned. They get burned out. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that goes. We'll definitely do some more tastings. It's just trying to. I think again that's probably another thing for the winter, the colder months, when people don't have much to do or not going out too much. Mm-hmm. But summertime it's hard, man. It's hard to judge what everybody's doing, and if there's other events going on, people get burned out.
Yeah, because we went to the whiskey one, and that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like if people haven't gone, like if they're watching this and they haven't gone, highly suggest you go to the next one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's I do it a little bit different some other people than the other tastings do it, but it's fun. I mean, I educate myself before I do it to make sure I'm right what I'm saying and talking about. But sometimes, and then there's people that know, all ins and outs of whiskey and tequila and all that a lot more than I do. But I try to go off what I know and facts and make sure I'm not feeding people a bunch of BS. And it leads back to the store. When a customer comes in and wants something, I don't tell them, oh yeah, that's some good stuff if I've never tried it, because they're going to catch us. So it tastes like shit.
Like, damn, he says this is all good. What the fuck?
Yeah, so I always try to make sure that, I know what I'm drinking or tasting or talking about, because people do come for facts. They want to know. You might not think that some people don't want to know the facts or history of alcohol, but they do. I mean, it helps them talking points on it when they're drinking with friends or something, or family. So that helps out.
Yeah. No, that's good, dude. So, no, that's good. I think you should. A lot about the alcohol stuff, like what to mix it with, what to do with. There's still my pitch to you that I've told you. Like, I think you should do some videos talking about certain thing. Like, hey, this would be good with this, or whatever it is. Because then sometimes people are just they don't even know what to get. They just want something to get them a little woozy. And
I've definitely I've looked at those seen the videos. It's hard to. I don't know. I get that feeling. It's hard to stand out in those videos because so many people are doing them. But again, it just takes that one clip, that one that catches on. And I'd like to stay more all of our local stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are doing them, but how many people are doing them here?
Yeah.
So it's if you're obviously it'd be great to have them everywhere, but your business is here. I don't think there's anybody doing it here. So
no, we'll get to that, but it just takes some time. Yeah. I mean, like I said, keeping it local, keeping it to Fort Worth. I mean, because I do care about those customers that maybe come from Denver or Greeley. When they're passing through, maybe they see my videos or clips are out there. Maybe that's why they'll stop her. But it's not going to be anything compared to if I can just get my hometown to worry about it. Mm-hmm. Them to check it out, them to look at it, and them to come to the store. So.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So if we can do that, I mean, that's again if I could do those some media screens inside the store with, the drinks just kind of
playing in the back,
kind of commercial wise, just the video end of it, no sound or anything, but I think that'll help out too.
What's the biggest tip that you give to business owners right now that they should be doing? Marketing wise, business wise, what's one thing you think people? Because you're seeing a lot of stuff. You're everywhere. What's something that you're seeing? It can be whatever business they're in. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to make money.
Yeah.
If your business ain't making money, then it's not a business.
I think the biggest thing is dude, you gotta set a goal, and you just can't sit back and let someone else do it. I mean, if you want to make more money, you want to be seen. Your time's never paid for. Like I said last time we talked on the podcast, I mean, anybody that asks me for my time can't afford me. And that should be for everybody, because your time's never paid back. What's the end result of what you put into it. You're gonna sit at home. I can go sit at the store all day, and hope to someone walks in the door, but that's not gonna happen. People, if they don't know you're there. So if I go out on the street, I mean, me leaving the store or me leaving the house no one's gonna pay me for that time to go hustle those people. So your time's never paid for, and if you think that you need to get paid for it, you better do a different job.
There's a thing that I heard about. It's like when you set a goal, don't think about what it's gonna take to get there.
Yeah.
Think about how much effort you're gonna have to put into it
Yep.
to be able to achieve it.
You know? And then a lot of people say, "Oh, well, it's gonna cost me too much money to go do that." If you do it yourself, it's gonna cost you nothing. You want someone else to do it for you, of course it's gonna cost you money, and then you're probably it's never gonna go any further.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I think people see it like, what if I do this thing for 12 months, for 24 months, and then it doesn't work out? I just lost my whole time. Well, dude, if you're already going in with a mentality like that, dude, you already lost. I'm sorry to break your heart right now. I think they already lost. They have to go into the mentality like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And like you're saying, you got to do the legwork. You got to be out there. Like the money's on the street.
Yep.
The money, you got to go look for the money. The money's not gonna be like, here, Juan, take me, put me in your pocket. Like it's not gonna happen.
And I mean, perfect example is all the ads, all the advertisements I do, all the social media stuff. I mean, I learned a lot from you guys, even from the first time I come on the podcast. So I learned a lot from you guys because we're friends and we talk a lot, give each other hints or ideas. But I build all those ads. I mean, like we do, that's why Freddie asked me to come on with him. Would you help me do the social media and the advertising? All the ads that you see that come out that have my name on them or come from the store, come from my Facebook, I build them, I make them. I do all the graphic arts, I do all the design to it. Now, if you can go out and hire that out, but it's going to cost you some money because graphic design and someone to build your ads, they're going to want a year contractor, if not more, to make sure they're guaranteed every ad, and that's going to cost you money. So that right there, I mean, if you're not willing to do it yourself and all that time, I can build an ad in an hour, but dude, there's some that take me all day to do that shit. I mean, and working at the store and doing all these events, and it takes some time, right? If you're not willing to do the legwork, it's not going to happen. It's not ever going to happen.
There's a good thing that I heard from, going back, referring to Joshua Youngs. He's like, we were talking about it. He's like, the best thing that I learned to do is like, if I don't know how to do something, hire somebody to do it. Obviously, there's an area where like if you don't have the budget to it, you can't hire someone. But it's like, sometimes as business owners, we're just like, oh, well, I mean, I don't know how to do that. I guess I would just want to do it. Like, well, hire someone to do it. Like, oh, well, that's going to cost some money. Like, do you want it to work or not? Like, that's what it comes down to, A lot of them,
they do it or not do it at all.
Yeah, so it's like they just want to keep everything, they don't want to split the pie up a little bit. They're just focused on this little pie, when if they shared a little piece of this pie, they can have a pie this big.
Yeah.
But they don't see the bigger picture, like, because they're working so much in the business that they forget to work on the business.
And a lot of people, they don't try to do anything more than what, like, for example, if I just sat there behind the register and hope people come in and buy beer, but I don't teach myself social media, I don't teach myself, I mean, I went to school for graphic arts. If I don't teach myself that part of it, if I don't teach myself how to do some clips or some reels, I mean, I asked you guys because I wasn't that savvy yet, and I'm still not, but if you're just going to sit there behind the register and hope people come in the door, dude, you better work for someone else. It's just not going to work out. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen for sure.
It
just reminds me of that thing. Remember we were talking about the SpongeBob episode where he's just like, clicks, we're open.
Yeah.
And no one's like shows up. It's like, oh,
yeah, and
that's what happens.
In the liquor business, in the liquor store, I mean, you're married to it, man. You're married to that job. 16-hour days. I mean, 7 days a week. Granted, Sundays you close half a day, close early, open late, but it's just you're there. It's you or someone else, and we're married to that thing.
Yeah.
It's not take a week vacation, 2 weeks vacation, and come back and hope it's still open the doors. You can sell some beer because it's not going to happen.
But I think you got to be married to it, because if you're not married to it, if you're just like, I just want to work my business Monday through Friday, I want to take the weekends, I'll not do anything. Cool. So like, do you just want to have enough money just to pay the bills, or do you want to have enough money to actually grow the business? Because there's a difference. There's a big fucking difference that people don't get. they're like, a lot of people like, yeah, I want to make money. No, but they get comfortable at a spot and they don't want to make more. Like, and that's the whole thing. That my challenge with business, like, I don't know why there's so much business like ideas that there is, but it's like, why aren't you open like every day? If you really want it, like you want it, like it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Like alcohol was the one that you couldn't, but then now you can. No, but like you can open any business every day you want. But
so like I made a little.
How much do you want to work for? Like Eric knows. What time did you get home last night, Eric?
Probably like 1:15.
What time did you get up?
Got up at 6:30.
He's probably gonna get home like at 1:15 again. 1:15 again. So it's like
that's why I say you're
on a weekend.
Your time. Nobody can afford your time. I couldn't afford your time for you to get up at 6 o'clock and come work for me. I mean, when you're putting in your own business, no one can afford your own time. You can't afford your own time. But if you're not willing to put it in, it's not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen.
But then we give the wrong. I made a video the other day. Like, what standards do you have? What standards do you have for yourself? Like, okay, no one can pay you enough for your time, so you're giving your time to unvaluable stuff or like stupid shit.
Like the advertising I do for some people. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm that good that you can't afford it. What I'm saying is that I'll help you out because I can put my name on it. I'm hoping that comes back in return. Okay, I want, just like when I do the tastings. The last thing I tell people, I said, the reason I have the tastings, I do them for free. We do them for free from the liquor store, or like I help do these events over here. Is that every new customer and every new person that I meet, if you don't shop with me, give me 3 chances. 3 chances to shop at the store. After the 3rd one, if you still don't want to shop with me, cool. But at least give me 3 tries. You know, because it's always just like tasting the alcohol. Man, you got to taste it 3 times before you know if you like it or you don't like it. Because you're going to get different flavors on it. So come in 3 times to the store, shop with me 3 times. You might get me, you might get my dad, my niece. And if all 3 of us fail on it, then that's our fault. That's something we need to fix. But if the first time we're probably gonna mess up. We're always gonna mess up on your first visit because either not have something you want or maybe we're too busy, you're not treated, not waited on right. The second time we'll make it right, and the 3rd time hopefully we'll make it perfect. Maybe not perfect, but at least you'll try. You'll come back the 4th time. So it's all I've asked for, man. Just give it a try.
That's the thing you're saying. If it's not, it's on me.
Yeah.
You take responsibility. Nobody wants to take responsibility nowadays because if you take responsibility, that means you fucked up.
Yep.
No one wants to fuck up. Yep. Or look like they fucked up.
So you gotta just have a plan and a goal, man. I mean, I set out this year. I think I told you when we did. Which one did we do? With Lori and Michelle were here. Beginning of the year, wasn't it? Towards the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, it was the beginning of the year.
Yeah, probably like March.
Somewhere there. I was talking to Lori about it. And I just told her this year I'm set out. I have a goal and a mission. If I meet it, I'll tell you what it is at the end of the year. If I don't, I'll tell you what it was until I failed. But it's just you gotta, if you don't have the plan and hustle for it, man, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because there's a thing like you can't tell your plans to everybody. The quote, like for the great Andrew Tate out there, loose lips sink ships.
Yep.
So like, don't tell everybody what you're doing.
Yep.
Because you never know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So there's always in my chaos of days throughout the day, week, month. I mean, there is an end plan. There is an end. There is something in the vision at the end, but getting there is and I'm hard on myself, dude. I'm hard on myself and hard on. I don't like asking for help, man. It sucks. And sometimes you got to, especially because you can't do it every day, all day.
It's the ego, dude. You got to let on certain things, you got to let the ego go a little bit.
Yeah.
So if people want to know a little bit more about you or see what you got going on, where can they find you?
Just follow me on social media, man. Now, mostly I do most on Facebook. I did some Instagram, but I just don't like Instagram for some reason. I know you guys do a lot of Instagram. Maybe because I don't get it yet. I don't know how to kind of navigate it. So I don't use it because it takes me too long. But I do some on TikTok. But I pretty much will make my reels on TikTok and then switch them over to Facebook. But I know it's probably the wrong way to do it, but it seems to work. I just not. The other ones.
If it works, dude.
The other ones, like I said, I know you guys do a lot of Instagram. I can't get it, man. I can't get it down.
I can't get it down either, bro. It's fine.
We're still learning.
I know people put all their stuff. Instagram, I think, is probably the biggest one right now, isn't it?
Probably, and they just rolled out the new Threads.
Yeah. So
Have you seen that?
And a lot of people, I tell people, they say, well, you make this, do that. I don't do anything different than what anybody else can do, dude. I mean, I'm no genius on it. I use the templates. I use I let the generate its own clip. What anybody else can do, I didn't do nothing special. I just put the pictures in it and I put the video on there, bro.
Just put the work.
I just put the hustle. I put the work in there and I hit template or hit the sync to music and it does the rest. So it's nothing that any business person can't do themselves, dude. If you want it bad enough.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And a lot of I will say I am friends with some of the liquor stores down. Midwest, I'm friends with him. I'm friends with the guy on Railroad. I talk to them. I go into their store. They come into my store to talk. There's some new owners over in North Main. I haven't met them yet, but it's just you gotta be friends too about it. And I share some stuff with them, media stuff, and so works out. Gotta keep in this small town. You gotta keep them keep cool with everybody, I guess.
Yeah, huh?
But business-wise. So.
Business-wise. No, that's cool. No, Juan, we'll appreciate it. It was real.
Yeah, we'll see what our ideas that we put on the air, see if they take hold.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the next few months.
There's always haters, so those are the ones that we like to have because if they're not talking about you, right?
It's the free consultants, as PVD says, the free consultants, because they're telling you, they're giving you the holes in your game. Yeah. They're telling you like this, and like, oh, now I can fine tune that.
I love the events, and I like to be part of all of them. I'm asked a lot. Sometimes I can't because just for time and dude, it does cost. Sometimes I can't be involved in all of them, but I love all the events that we keep in town. So. It helps us in town, so.
Cool.
For sure. Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come chat with us for a little bit.
No problem. So we'll see what. Don't forget Food Truck Friday. This Friday. So get on our social media page, mine, Freddy's, and the Blocks, and After Hours, and the Hatch House. I'm sure all of them are going to post something about it. So.
Sweet. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Okay. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.